Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing a June 2017 process video with you. This last page is actually just the last few pictures I had left over from May, so I'm just using these Dear Lizzie foam stickers to say My Crew on the back of the card that was already in there. I really don't add too much to this spread because it's just, I don't know, it's just pretty simple, and I don't really have any stickers that I want to use here. You can see I didn't really finish the other side either. This business card is almost the right size to cut in half, but not quite. So I'm just moving on from those and moving on to June. I have these two 4x6s. The first one is from a night that we had ice cream downtown, and there was a really beautiful sunset. And the bottom one is from the fire pit in my in-laws' yard. And, we just would light that occasionally and go out and kind of relax. May was a really busy month for us with all the wedding things and all the graduations and all of those kinds of things. So, June was a time when we were kind of trying to unwind because my sister-in-law was going to get married, in July. So we just kind of wanted to try to relax a little bit in June if possible. So this is kind of a simple spread just showing that. I've stamped Endless Summer on this piece of glassine bag, and I'm just trimming it down to fit on the photo. I just want to keep this simple because I feel like the focus being on the actual picture is kind of what I'm going for. Um, on the other side, I want to use my June Project Life card that I've been using every month. And I have this nice sunset picture as well. So I kind of want to use this together because it's hard to figure out for me good ways to use the double 4x6 pocket. So now I'm just kind of looking through stickers and ephemera to try to find something that will cover up that box where you put the year because I just don't like the way that it looks. Trying to find something that will coordinate well with the other pictures in the spread. Wanting to focus on those sort of calm colors like blue, green, white, and gray. And I'm looking at my chipboard 12x12 stickers as well, but there's nothing that quite works to cover that spot. I add this Amy Tangerine transparent element at the top there. It just looks beautiful. And I really kind of like the way that it looks. And then I find this sticker that's finally large enough from one of my One Canoe stickers. And I cover up the box, and I really like the way that that looks. And then I decide to go ahead and keep the beautiful on the photo as well. And I really kind of like the way that turned out. The other thing about June is I just have a ton of 3x4 photos, like tons and tons and tons of 3x4 photos. And I decided I want to add more, but I don't want every pocket to be 4 3x4s. And so I'm trying to figure out a way to add just like a few of them right here. And so I cut this page protector, this quadruple 3x4 page protector in half, keeping the side with the hole punches. And I'm just going to use that to fit in 4 more photos. And I also just kind of like that that's going to make my album just a little bit more interesting, a little different than what I normally do. Ever since I have been doing my 2017 travel albums, which I can link those videos down below, I've been working with a really simple style of documenting, focusing mostly on the pictures, which has been a lot of stamps, a lot of neutral washi tape, and these glassine bags. And so you'll kind of see that in some of these videos coming up that I was just kind of going back a little bit and doing some more simple spreads, which has really been kind of fun. I'm moving my binder here because it was just getting kind of in the way there. It's almost full, which means that I'm going to end up with 2 6x8 books for 2017, but that's okay. I like how they're turning out, so I'm not going to be too hard on myself about it. I just add the one stamp and then try to pick some photos for the second side. Again, I'm wanting to focus on light colored photos and things with green and white, and I choose this breakfast picture and then one of Casey with our nephew Derek, and those two are just so cute. They're like they're like little buddies. So I'm just really love that photo, and I probably have a lot of photos of the two of them coming up just because I can't help it. It's adorable. So I'm using this Kelly Purkey stamp from her Favorite Things stamp set, which was in an old kit, I think last year. And it says favorite of all my favorites because it's just too cute. So I cut it out and tear off the bottom and then put it up in the top corner there. I wanted it at the bottom, but it just didn't really fit. So this works out okay. And I just really like this photo. I might journal around the plate here later, but I still can't find my pen. My pen that won't wipe off, so I need to get a new one, I guess. I'm checking my planner here just to remember what order we did things in and the actual dates that we did them because the summer months were just very busy. If you want to see some of my planner videos, I can link them below. I'm currently using the Erin Condren Life Planner, and I've been using it for 2 years, so if you want some insight into those planners, just check those videos out below. And these spreads are from when we drove to St. Louis for a quick concert and then drove right back, so less than 24 hours. We did not want to pass up the tickets to see Broods because they are one of my favorite bands, and they were not coming to Kansas City on their tour this time. So we thought driving 5 hours for like $20 concert tickets seemed too good to be true, so we did it. I have slightly too many photos here, but I'm probably going to document this in my travel album eventually, so I'll just use whatever doesn't fit in that album later. You can see that the page on the right has two 4x4 photos and then a 2x8 photo pocket. So those work really well for standard sized event tickets. I'll link my Swan Lake video down below because that's the other one where I did that. And I've just put my tickets in there and cropped some of my 4x6s down to fit in those pockets. I have a lot of dark colored pictures here and I'm thinking about doing some white stamping, but I haven't used my white stays on ink pad before. Like I've used it once maybe, and so I'm going to test it on this scrap of photo to see what it's going to look like and how it dries and that kind of thing to make sure I actually want to use it. So I'm just going to leave that up there and let it dry and kind of test it out. It's kind of a weird ink pad because you put the ink on it and then spread it out and use it, and I think you have to reapply it like fairly frequently. I don't know. I'm not completely there yet with it, but it's fun to try it out. So now I'm going to be stamping on this glassine bag. I'm using one of my book stamps from a Kelly Purkey stamp set because literally all we did when we got there was stop by a bookstore that was near the place we were eating dinner and then eat dinner and then go to the concert and then drive back. And that was it. So I'm using this stamp that said, or it's two stamps and it says Confessions of a Bookworm. And I just stamp it on the glassine bag and I'm going to stick it at the top of the photo. It's a little bit bigger than I want it to be, which I feel like is a problem I'm having a lot recently, but it's, it's really okay. So I just put it as close to the edge as I can, and then I'm going to trim off the edges. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like no matter where I go, I can always find time to go to a bookstore, even if we're only there for 24 hours. I just like kind of documenting that that's how it goes for us. And I'm also trimming these photos a little bit because the 4x4 is sometimes hard to get exactly right. And like I said, I have some photos here that have a lot of dark black or blue or whatever on them. And so I'm checking out that white stamp to see how I like it. And I don't mind the way that it's stamped, but I don't actually have a stamp that I want to use. So I've actually started a new video now, and I've taken some time to think about my favorite lyrics from this band. Again, they're one of my favorite bands. And so I was trying to find something that was short enough to put on the small photo here. And so I'm just using my trusty white alpha from Kelly Purkey to just spell out some lyrics. And I am glad that I'm doing that because that's something that I have done traditionally in my 2016 album as well. And my travel album from last year is to put some lyrics on my concert spreads. And so I'm putting Keep Me Conscious, which is a lyric from the song Conscious on the album Conscious. And the tour that we went to was also Conscious. So it seemed like it worked, but it fit well because a lot of lyrics I like are really long and they just would not have fit on this card. So I spell that out there, and then I get my dollar bin Target heart stickers that I got in February, and I put those tiny white hearts on there, and I'm just moving over the first word just a little bit so that way there's more room for the heart. And I like how it turned out. I like that I got to go back to the thing that I usually do for concert spreads because I think it looks really good, and I like that I always have that kind of thing on a concert spread. So now I'm just going to add the date to a Kelly Purkey label stamp that's already been stamped, and the date stamp again is a Heidi Swap date stamp. And I'm just fussy cutting it out so I can use it as a tab on this photo here, and it's just a little bit small, so I have to stick it down from the back of the tag or tab in the picture using some scraps of white cardstock or photos or whatever that is to make sure that it's secure. But that actually works okay, so I guess if you ever have that problem, like, that's a good fix for it. So now you can see my final pages. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I like sort of the variation in sizes and layouts of the pockets here. And I like that the one page is cut in half. I just think that looks really interesting and kind of adds some variation to my spreads. And there are just a lot of good memories in June, so in general, it was just really fun to watch. If you want to see the process video for this grow spread, I'll link that below as well. And let me know what you think of this. Let me know how you use these different size page protectors. Let me know if you also go to bookstores when you're only in a place for 24 hours. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.